It's a little after 9 at night, you're on the couch, you haven't moved much, and you are completely bone deep tired. This is the strange part. You didn't do anything today? Not really. You answered some messages. You opened your laptop, closed it, opened it again. You watched half of something. You thought about a task for hours without ever starting it. No heavy lifting, no emergency, no marathon. So why do you feel like you ran one? Here's the thing. Your tiredness is trying to tell you, even though it's saying it badly. You're measuring your day with the wrong instrument. You're checking how much your body moved, but that's not where the fuel went. Your brain and your body run on two different tiredness systems, and they almost never agree. Physical tiredness comes from muscles, lungs, motion, the obvious stuff. Mental tiredness comes from somewhere quieter. It comes from how much your mind had to hold, switch, decide, monitor, and brace all day in the background without ever finishing a single thing. And that kind of effort is expensive. It just doesn't look like anything. The psychologist Daniel Kahneman spent decades studying this. He described two modes of thinking. One is fast, automatic, effortless, recognizing a face, driving a familiar road. The other is slow, deliberate, and costly, doing math in your head, holding a plan, resisting a distraction. He called them System 1 and System 2, and here's what matters. That second, effortful kind of thinking has a physical price. In his experiments, when people concentrated hard, their pupils widened, their heart rate shifted, their bodies behaved as if they were under load. Thinking isn't free. It draws down something real. Now hold that idea and add a second one. Every time you switch tasks, you leave a little bit of yourself behind. A researcher named Sophie Leroy gave this a name. She called it attention residue. When you stop one task to jump to another, part of your mind stays stuck on the first one. You opened the email, then went back to the document, but a thin layer of your attention is still parked on the email. Do that once, and it's nothing. Do it 200 times a day, the way modern life trains you to, and you spend the whole day running with a fraction of your mind always somewhere else. You were never fully here, so of course you're tired. You were quietly in 3 places at once for 16 hours. There's a third piece, and it's the one that turns tiredness into something heavier. Your body keeps a running tab on stress, not just the big, dramatic stress, the small stuff too. The unread message you're avoiding, the decision you keep postponing, the low background hum of I should be doing something. A neuroscientist named Bruce McEwen studied what builds up from all of this, and he called it allostatic load. The word is technical. The idea is simple. Every small stress switches your body on a little, and if you never fully switch off, if the loops never close, the cost doesn't disappear. It accumulates. Like a backpack you keep dropping pebbles into without ever taking any out. By evening, the backpack is full. You can feel the weight. You just can't see the pebbles. So look again at your easy day. Watch where the fuel actually went. You woke up and immediately checked your phone. A dozen small decisions before your feet hit the floor. Reply now or later. Care about this or not. You half started work, then a notification pulled you away, and you came back, but a sliver of you stayed on the notification. You sat in a conversation and quietly managed your face, smiling when you were flat, sounding calm when you were rushed. You had 19 tabs open, each one a tiny promise to your brain that you'd deal with it soon. And all afternoon, the one task you actually meant to start sat there in the corner of your mind. Never begun, never gone, just idling, quietly burning fuel the way a parked car burns gas with the engine left running. You decided and decided and decided all day about nothing in particular. None of it was hard. All of it was withdrawals. That face managing thing deserves its own word because it's one of the most invisible drains there is. The sociologist Arlie Hochschild called it emotional labor, the work of controlling how you feel and how you appear, especially when the two don't match, sounding upbeat on a call you dreaded, staying patient when you're fraying. It feels like nothing. It costs like something. You weren't just thinking all day. You were performing quietly the whole time. Now here's the twist, and it's the part most people get exactly backwards. When you finally feel that tiredness, what do you reach for? The phone, the feed. Half a show, with the other half of your attention still on the phone. You call it rest. But look at what it actually is. More switching, more deciding, more tiny open loops. You're trying to recover from mental load by pouring more mental load on top of it. It's like trying to dry off by stepping into a different puddle. The reason you can sleep a full night and still wake up tired isn't always your sleep. Sometimes it's that you never gave a single loop the chance to close. You ended the day with all 19 tabs still open in your head, glowing. And this is where modern life shows its hand, because almost everything around you is built to keep those loops open. The notifications are designed to interrupt. The feeds are designed to never end. The work is designed to never feel finished. You're not failing at rest. You're living inside a system that profits from your attention staying fractured. The tiredness isn't a flaw in you. It's the exhaust from a machine you didn't build. So what do you do with all of this? Not a life overhaul, just one honest reframe. The next time you feel wrecked by a day where you did nothing, stop trying to justify the tiredness with how much you moved. Ask the better question instead. How many things did you hold today without ever putting down? How many times did you switch? How many small stresses did you carry but never close? How much of you was performing calm you didn't actually feel? That's your real day. That's where the fuel went. And the rest that actually works usually isn't more input. It's the rare, boring thing of finishing one loop and letting your mind sit in exactly one place. A walk with no phone, a task you carry all the way to done, a conversation where you say the real thing instead of managing your face, a few minutes where nothing's asking anything of you. It feels almost too plain to count as recovery. That plainness is the whole point. Your mind isn't asking for more. It's asking for once to be in one place and then be finished. So it's a little after 9 at night. You're on the couch. You haven't moved much and you're completely bone deep tired. But now you know. You didn't do nothing today. You did the invisible thing all day long, and it was never weightless.